Greetings, citizens, and welcome back to the Hidden Dagger Inn. I'm your host, Al Pionu, but you can just simply call me Peon. Before we start today's stream, I wanted to extend my heartfelt gratitude for you stopping by and checking out my channel. During the stream, I'm going to try to offer a laid-back atmosphere where I can offer my insights into Ashes of Creation, all while sprinkling in my witty banter and general silliness. I'm eager to engage with you discussing any topic that piques your interest, so pull up a chair, summon a winch, get a drink, and let's dive into the world of Era together. See you there. Greetings, citizens, and welcome back to the Hidden Dagger Inn. I'm your host, Al Pionu, but you can just simply call me Peon. Before we start today's stream, I wanted to extend my heartfelt gratitude for you stopping by and checking out my channel. During the stream, I'm going to try to offer a laid-back atmosphere where I can offer my insights into Ashes of Creation, all while sprinkling in my witty banter and general silliness. I'm eager to engage with you discussing any topic that piques your interest, so pull up a chair, summon a winch, get a drink, and let's dive into the world of Era together. See you there. Greetings, citizens, and welcome back to the Hidden Dagger Inn. I'm your host, Al Pionu, but you can just simply call me Peon. Before we start today's stream, I wanted to extend my heartfelt gratitude for you stopping by and checking out my channel. During the stream, I'm going to try to offer a laid-back atmosphere where I can offer my insights into Ashes of Creation, all while sprinkling in my witty banter and general silliness. I'm eager to engage with you discussing any topic that piques your interest, so pull up a chair, summon a winch, get a drink, and let's dive into the world of Era together. See you there. Greetings, citizens, and welcome back to the Hidden Dagger Inn. I'm your host, Al Pianu, but you can just simply call me Peon. Before we start today's stream, I wanted to extend my heartfelt gratitude for you stopping by and checking out my channel. During the stream, I'm going to try to offer a laid-back atmosphere where I can offer my insights into Ashes of Creation, all while sprinkling in my witty banter and general silliness. I'm eager to engage with you discussing any topic that piques your interest, so pull up a chair, summon a winch, get a drink, and let's dive into the world of Era together. See you there. Greetings, citizens, and welcome back to the Hidden Dagger Inn. I'm your host, Al Pianu, but you can just simply call me Peon. Before we start today's stream, I wanted to extend my heartfelt gratitude for you stopping by and checking out my channel. During the stream, I'm going to try to offer a laid-back atmosphere where I can offer my insights into Ashes of Creation, all while sprinkling in my witty banter and general silliness. I'm eager to engage with you discussing any topic that piques your interest, so pull up a chair, summon a winch, get a drink, and let's dive into the world of Era together. See you there. Greetings, citizens, and welcome back to the Hidden Dagger Inn. I'm your host, Al Pianu, but you can just simply call me... Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome to our new Wednesday night show. We are doing this as we're trying to go ahead and get more stream time in. So people can get more channel points so they can go ahead and earn those closed beta keys, those 5 closed beta keys that we have for... I'm not going to say raffle that we have for you guys to win. All you have to do is just watch the stream. But tonight we have joining us again our co-host Paranaut. So please give him a big welcome if you would. And he's going to be running over some stuff with us tonight. How you doing tonight, Perry?
Doing great. Trying to get caffeinated for this stream. And
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Right here. Right here.
Much needed.
I was thinking about that, Paranaut and Peon. Double P.
Oh, no. Please don't read too much into that.
Yeah, double P or double penetration. Oh, boy.
Oh.
Yeah, I went there. DP.
It's an after 5 stream, so the kids are in bed. So yeah.
So you having a good day today, Perry?
Oh yeah. Couldn't be better.
So one of the things I had in mind tonight, Perry, was to go ahead and discuss with the looming AMA, which I'm sure you've heard about, that we have coming up on May 10th here with Steven and some of our very well-known Ashes of Content creators. Some of my favorites, some people that I like to think that I'm very close to, are our very own Jamie Chaos and Annie Lace. We have Nice Gaming will also be in there. Sonny Ravencourt from, I know his show. Remind me real quick, I'm brain farting. What's Sonny's show? Lore Forge.
Lore Forge.
Lore
yeah.
Forge. And then we have Vladis from Vladis Gaming, of course. So they are all going to have the honor of asking Steven questions, which I think is extremely cool. So thinking about that, I'm like, well, one day maybe Steven will pop up and bless us with his presence, because I am a serious fanboy and I would love to talk to Steven. And I'm like, well, what if he comes in and I don't have anything to ask him? So I'm putting together some questions, and I could certainly use chat's help tonight in asking some questions. So if you got them, let's hear them. So other than that, we'll just kind of go over some of those. I did post a new video on YouTube tonight. It is up there, as you can probably see from my screen, which will be going off that in a second. But other than that, yeah, and we have some speculation on, what is it, Perry, some racials? Is that what we're doing?
Yes. We're going to discuss AOC racials and how, if people would like to be viewed, how we are inspired by them, and what Steven actually wants in the game, or at least what the wiki says. So we're going to go from there.
Okay, sounds good. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and move this over here, and let's go ahead and pull up our questions that we are going to talk about. Where is it at here? So, Perry and I were first discussing some of the questions, and let me know whether you agree or disagree in chat, and just, Perry, what you think on each one of these. And ooh, that's a good. You know what? This is a question that Sonny had. It just popped in my head, but I mean, I hope somebody asked it. No, I'm not gonna say that one. Let's go ahead and go with this one. What was your reaction from your family and friends when you told them you were going to make an MMO? What do you think about that one? Because we're looking for, like, it's got to be open-ended. We don't want just a yes or a no. Hey, DJ Vertec, how you doing? Steve, hey, hi. What is one feature another game? One feature another game is introduced that you admire or love, yet you do not intend to introduce. Ooh, very good. Stay there, Vertec. I have to do something while you're here. Everybody, we're going to give our awesome content creator, DJ Vertec, from the Golden Feather Tavern, a shout out. So here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, orcs and humans, and everyone in between and beyond, we interrupt our regularly scheduled programming for a very special announcement. Hold on to your seats, because this is breaking news coming live from the Hidden Dagger Inn in the Riverlands. Today, we have an extraordinary guest dropping in, a fellow adventurer, a comrade in arms, a maestro of his streaming world. Can I get a drum roll, please? Joining us right here, right now, is none other than our legendary guest. There you go, Vertex. Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming in and helping us out, and especially popping in chat there and putting that question. Yeah, that is a very, very good question. Let me go ahead and read this again. For anyone who might have missed it, including myself, so I can just go over with a fine-tooth comb. So, Steven, what is one feature from another game that is introduced that you admire/love, yet do not intend to introduce in Ashes in a similar manner? That's a very interesting question.
That's a very good question.
I like that. I think we'll. Can I copy that?
Yeah, we're gonna steal that.
I'm gonna. Is this one you're using, Vertec? Because I don't want to steal them if you're using this one, because otherwise I'm going to gank it. Let's
admire and love, or like from design perspective, can't add it in.
No.
Yeah, definitely you can take a couple angles at that. Yeah, definitely like that.
I appreciate the lurk, Vertec. Anything will help. This is a new time for us, so I don't think a whole lot of people know that we even exist right now.
So we're
No.
just trying this one out. I'm trying to get more streams to be more active on Twitch as we start to gear up. So, and I am doing great, by the way. Thank you for asking. I hope you and Chibi are doing well tonight as well. You guys had a good stream. I believe it was last night. I was tuned into about 3 of them, but you guys had some good questions in there last night. And by the way, for anybody who hasn't followed the Golden Feather Tavern, go out there and give them a follow because they deserve it. And they've been in this community for a very long time. They are actually a very big reason that I decided to come back to content creation. So again, I thank them for that. So that was an outstanding question. So Perry, what was your thought on that question? Did you like that question that he had?
Oh yeah, it just got me thinking. Yeah, not only admire and love, but what are ones that he's tackling that they're tackling right now, design wise, but they can't add in. What are they having troubles with design wise? Usually they go with like the creators in their head, talk to the engineers, and this is a total engineering problem. You know, the people who actually their bosses tell them, hey, you got to make this, and engineers are like, no, like literally no. So I'm curious what in Intrepid the engineers are dealing with right now. So yeah.
Vertex says, I tell you what, if you get the chance to ask it first, please do. I will do that, Vertex. Also, if you're going to be using this time slot going forward, I'll be able to watch more often. Yeah, this is what we're going to try to do every Wednesday now. And just to get us some, because we come on pretty early on Saturdays at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. So we end up usually raiding, Rive, and then he'll raid Jamie or whoever else is on. But I appreciate you stopping in there, Vertex. Thank you, and you have a great night. I'd love to see more of you. And I'm definitely going to see you in Vegas. But yeah, these questions, they have to be open-ended because we don't simply just want a yes or no answer.
Yeah.
Because that's too easy. So one of the what has been the biggest challenge? What do you think? What has been the biggest challenge implementing in Ashes of Creation so far?
That's a great question.
Let
That's
me
exactly.
write that down. Let's see.
Yeah, before engineering wise, design wise, it's just there has to be something that has to be an absolute nightmare that Steven's like, we have to have in. It's just like, and they're like, nope. How are we going to do this? They're all just stumped because every company has that.
Usually it's server stuff. I mean,
yeah, on the tech side.
Yeah.
I mean, well,
because
those launches, hopefully we have a good launch,
I really feel like Steven's got a good pulse on how to do the launches. I think what happens with so many launches is they go ahead and they get everyone excited. They're all pre-ordered. They're readied up. They launch it at the exact time that they say they're going to launch it, if not later. Everybody is cock-locked and ready to rock, and it just floods the server. The server simply can't handle that. What Steven is doing first, here's the first thing, and I believe that Guild Wars 2 did this, and this is big, because one, he's going to let people in big guilds pre-register to servers. Huge! Mm-hmm. Absolutely huge. So, and I'm sure there's going to be a big list of them. So people are going to be able to go ahead and say, okay, well, this guild's going here, this guild's going here, this guild's going here. Asmon's gold is going here. We're staying the hell off of that server, because and nothing against you, Asmon, if you ever watch it, like you never will. But anyway, it's a huge streamer community, and a lot of people don't want to be part of that. If I'm going there, or some of the other small content creators are going there, it's not going to bother anybody. But when the big streamers start to roll in, that might affect some people's opinions of whether they want to go to that server. And that's a fair enough argument. But so it's going to help you match up with those guilds that you want to match up with. And also, if it's reaching capacity, it's going to say, okay, guys, we're pretty much full. So maybe, just maybe, you should think about going to another server. So if you are stuck in queue hell, that's your own fault. So, that's one of the things that they have to think of. So pre-registering the servers early on, I think, is absolutely enormous. The fact that they are going to have the head start for some people, it's not going to be really that many people. It's a very small minority, probably just one server. I'm guessing just one Head Start server. So they'll have that, and that'll take care of any initial launch bugs, hopefully, that they might come across. So Head Start's basically kind of a test for launch that that everyone's going to get to watch live. So those two things that they're doing, and the fact that people are going to have the character creator available to us. And tell me about, okay, here's a question for you, Perry. What do you think about the character creator? Are you the kind of person that sits there for hours before you log into the game on launch day, or do you just hop right in? And I'll tell you what I am after you give me your answer.
I hop right in. I don't care about anything. All I care about is gear, weapons, and gathering. I don't care what I look like because I have good gear to cover it all up. Boom, done.
Yep. I absolutely, you know what? Character creators are wasted on me because and I'll get back to Ashes in a second why it's going to be so great for me. But character creators, if I don't have time to do it early on, I literally will just randomize it and pick the ugliest freaking thing that I can find and get in the game. Especially in Ashes, you're telling me that I have to be level 50 before I can have a shot for a freehold. So I am absolutely going to get in there as fast as I can and try to rush to get shit done. Unfortunately, I was hoping that Ashes wouldn't take this direction. But I do feel like it's going to turn into a rush. And I was hoping we'd have more time to take with it and level up and enjoy it. But I'm starting to get the feeling that that's not going to be the case. But we'll talk about that. That's actually a good topic. We'll talk about that in a second. But back to the character creator, the fact that they're going to let us in early to make our characters is awesome. And I'm going to be able to come up with something really cool that I really love. Hey, Draco Bringer, how you doing? Good thing our guild is a bunch of theory crafters and speed runner.
I was about to say, yeah, Overlord, you're going to be in good hands for some freeholds, so I don't think you have anything to worry about, and for people to worry about for that matter, because you're still going to be leveling up your skills, your professions, and everything. It's just freeholds will be the top tier, the end game. So especially where you're running, who you're running with, you'll be fine.
I feel perfectly safe. So. I'm going to go to work, guys. You guys let me know when you get that freehold, and I'll be right there.
Yeah, you go ahead and get started on that. Yeah, Draco.
Hey, Draco, did you get a chance to watch the new video yet? I'm not sure if you did or not. I just put a new one up today. By the way, anybody who is just coming into our chat or viewing this later, Draco Bringer, this is the guild leader of Overlord. If you're looking for a good guild and want to be part of something special, give their Discord a check. You can check them out in their Discord link. You can find them on the official Ashes forum or in the Ashes recruiting, the NA recruiting. You haven't? Oh, okay. No worries. No worries.
I'm at the office.
Damn that office.
Yeah, exactly. Boo.
What do you think about this? Is a big decision for you, Draco, because you are a guild leader. So this is a decision that's going to affect you directly as far as servers. Are you excited the way that Ashes is implementing it right now, where you're going to be able to set your guild on a server and kind of see what the demographics of that server are before you actually set sail on that, if you will? Is that something you feel comfortable with? Because I actually think it's going to work out really good and help alleviate a lot of high queue times that we normally might see in any other game being launched. What do you think, Perry?
I was distracted by my dog. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries.
He's whining at me.
Draco says they're interested to see if they make guild choice. I believe they are. I'm pretty sure that they've already said that they're going to allow guilds to pretty much declare their servers. Solo people can as well, but they want guilds to pick their servers in order to help relieve some of the queue times. Go ahead, Perry. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Well, no, I mean, you're talking about how you can prerequisite your slot, right?
Mm-hmm.
In guilds like that. I think it's a great idea. It's definitely going to give servers, a leg up on launch days and stuff like that. I'm curious if A2, what is the server limit or server caps on Alpha 2? Is it going to be 10K? I think 10K was the one for launch.
I'm thinking
So,
8K.
and
I bet they keep it around 8K for Alpha 2.
that is bigger than any other servers I've played on. Usually they're like 3 to 5, depending. Other MMOs, I didn't like. Once again, I didn't play fully ArcAge. I played in the beginning of ArcAge, but I didn't. And I played a little bit of Guild Wars too, but I don't remember looking up that stat. But yeah, huge leg up. Very smart on their part.
Yeah, Draco says, yeah, guilds can choose and reserve their server, but I don't believe they have announced that information is going to be public or not. Oh,
Oh, wow.
geez, man, I would hope that it's public. Because,
Yeah, why wouldn't it?
Yeah, why wouldn't they? Because, I mean, all right, Draco, I'm sure, are you going to, nothing against Asmongold, but are you going to want to go on a server that Asmongold's on and some other large streamers? I mean, most people will avoid that like the plague.
Yeah,
So,
it's not a good idea.
Yeah, so I think that they should make that public, just in fairness that people have an idea. And plus, if it's public, people are going to be able to make an informed decision, and that's what it's all about, right? Is making an informed decision, because we want to make sure that we're happy on the server that we're going to. I mean, that makes sense, right? So, yeah, I don't know.
Draco, how do you feel about Peon being on your server? You know, is it gonna create Zergs? Is it gonna overflow your guild? Yeah.
Please. Draco says there is a website for New World, exactly, and I remember that as well. So I totally believe that there will be one similar for this. You know, it's not only Peon right now. It's I'm gonna go ahead and say this again. It's Perry, Paranaut, and Peon. So we got the double P. We got the double penetration going here. So.
Oh God.
We got the
Twitch
PP
banned. Gonna get banned. Yeah, canceled. Yeah, done.
We got the PP going. I'm gonna make a logo, PP.
You won't see me anymore.
Lol. Oh man, yeah, it's late. What can I say?
Yeah.
What do you think about this new time slot on Wednesday? Does this work for you, Draco? I'm glad to see you in here, by the way. I tried to lure Woo in here, but she was busy tonight. So she says she's going to watch this stream later on. So there you have it, Woo. There is the amazing, young, handsome man that you've been, the voice behind the screen there. There you go. So feast your eyes on him in all his glory.
Poor Woo.
Well, we're trying to get... We're on our Saturday stream, it happens at 5 o'clock. So, Central Standard Time. So, a lot of times we're on earlier, and it seems like people always come at the end of our stream. So, we're trying to get a little bit of a later stream where we can get some more people. Now, tonight might be kind of an odd night because a lot of people are, I think they're playing V Rising, because I think that just came out. So, a lot of people are probably playing that. And there's actually a lot of good games
super popular
going on right now. So... You stopped by Perry's stream before, so I already knew what he looked like. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was. Yeah, day after the stream, the last stream.
Nice.
Yeah, really appreciate that. That was some good conversations. So yeah.
Nice. Draco is a good guy, and he, again, if you're looking for a guild, you want to check out Overlord, because if you want a man with a plan, Draco Bringer is the man. So he's gonna have everything, and there's room for, especially if you're Alpha 2. Draco, if I'm wrong, by the way, I do plan to have you on the show here, Draco, if you're good with that, when we, maybe in a few weeks or a month when we start getting, as Alpha 2 rolls a little bit closer, I'd like to get you on the show when we get some more viewers and, get some good questions asked to you if you're good with that. But with Alpha 2 coming up, if you guys have that Alpha 2 key and you're looking for something to be part of, come check us out. Absolutely. Draco is all about the server first and stuff like that. So we'll have to see. You don't usually go on. Oh, you'll be great. You'll be just fine. We'll walk you through it. Ooh, I'm out of coffee. 1 second while I call my barista. Perry, go ahead, take it away while I call my barista.
I'm half. I'm curious about the server population. Like how many servers they're going to have for A2. I still don't know. I don't know.
Well, let's break it down. Are you good at math? because I suck at math. Even I could have a calculator in front of me and it wouldn't do me any good. So what do you think? So I'm thinking we have a minimum. Thank you, Jericho. I'm thinking we have a minimum of 150,000 people, right?
Okay.
So,
I think we did this before. It was like 12
Probably.
servers.
So
We wanted like 10 to 12
150,000,
servers.
Let's say we're going to go with 8,000. That they're not going to try to push it. They're going to try to spread them out a little bit. So there's no server lag or anything like that. So let's say divided by 8,000. So that
Divided
comes
by
out to what?
8.
About 19 servers.
A lot of servers.
Yeah, that's a lot of servers. And so I absolutely think, hell, that's more servers than New World has right now.
I doubt they're going to push 200 servers for the A2 launch.
No, 200?
You know?
No.
No, I mean 20 or up to 200,000 people.
Oh,
So
well,
like, you know what I mean? So you say like 150.
Yeah,
You know, and well, I don't know
I
because
don't.
everyone's not going to play.
No,
did I lose you?
everyone won't play.
Oh, no.
I mean, there might be a huge rush at first. I wouldn't be surprised if 100,000 people. Whoop, we lost Perry. I wouldn't be surprised if 100,000 people show up on the day of the launch of Alpha 2.
Oop.
Where'd
Am
you
I
go,
back or
Perry?
no?
No, I don't see you. Let me see if I can. Maybe you disabled yourself. Here we go. Show on stream. There we go. Got you back. All right, no biggie. Yeah, maybe there is a way to for Alpha 2. If 100,000 people show up at first, because everyone's going to want to try it out, because there's an anticipation, right? They're going to be announcing. They have already announced their quarter. They're going to be announcing the month of it, and not long after that, probably the day. I'm really hoping, Steven, if you hear this, I'm really hoping you tell us the month, this month at the end of the live stream, or maybe even the AMA, because that takes us to another topic. So how many spot tests? Alpha 1's going to get to spot tests, and maybe even the end of this month, right? Because they said they're going to do Node Wars or Guild Wars or something like that, Castles, something at the end of this month's live stream. You would think that they need a lot of people for that. So, yeah, we have an AMA on Friday, thank goodness. So you would think that they need that for this. So, with that being said, how many spot tests do you think is enough to get Alpha 2 ready? Draco, what do you think on this? How many spot tests do you think Alpha 1 should be a part of before we do our Alpha 2 launch? Perry, what do you think?
Spot tests as in, what do you mean by that? Like, do you mean just like a week and then a wipe kind of thing?
No, I believe their spot tests are probably going to be, maybe 5, 6, 7 hours, something like that. And then that's it. And then they shut it down. So, one, I don't know if people will be able to get in there on those times that they want them to come in, especially if it's late notice. So it depends on how buggy they are, minimum 3 or 4. It sounds like
as
PI,
many as possible,
it
right?
sounds like PI is. It sounds like PI is. I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself. My son is standing at my door. Is testing a lot of the server network stuff right now. So it sounds like it's been working out well. They had some issues that almost sounded like in their stream. So hopefully that'll be ready to go by the time A1 rolls in, because A1's got 16,000 people, something like that. So it's a good number of people. It's a good 2 servers worth at least, and they'll probably want to spread it out to at least 3. Hey, Nuclear Tango! Oh
hey,
boy,
Tango.
Here we go.
What's up, man?
Another shout out. Bam! Here we go. Breaking news for Nuclear Tango. Ladies and gentlemen, orcs and humans, and everyone in between and beyond, we interrupt our regularly scheduled programming for a very special announcement. Hold on to your seats, because this is breaking news coming live from the Hidden Dagger Inn in the Riverlands. Today we have an extraordinary guest dropping in, a fellow adventurer, a comrade in arms, a maestro of his streaming world. Can I get a drum roll, please? Joining us right here, right now, is none other than our legendary guest. All right, welcome Nuclear Tango. We are glad to have you here joining us tonight. We're talking about all kinds of things, from how many spot tests we think Alpha 1 are going to need to have before we go ahead and get us into the Alpha 2. We're talking about character creation. We're talking about guilds being able to reserve a server. We're also talking about questions that would be good if Steven were to magically pop in our stream and say hey to us. And you know what? If you guys watch him on the video that I made today, watch him in it's somewhere in the middle of the movie, in middle of the video, and he's talking about going through a dungeon and stuff like that. Seeing his passion for it and how he's like, hey, there's that ranger that was killing us all at the castle, and I wanted to run up to him, and he's like, what do you want, pleb? I mean, just
he gets giddy about it.
Yeah,
you know, he just like
his passion.
Yeah,
it was awesome. I mean, that just gets me totally excited. I'm like, that's the dude that's making a game for us. I mean, that is so cool that he's so excited about it, and I feel that way if I'm much older than Steven, but I feel that way if I meet him. I don't know how I'm going to react. I can't wait to meet him at the launch party.
You're going to cry like a baby.
I won't cry, but I am going to be very excited to meet him because he's making this is the best thing in the world, and I'm not worried. Some people are worried about it living up to expectations. I believe that when this game comes out, some people maybe they're disappointed. Maybe it's not exactly what they envisioned. Yeah. But I want you to think of the man behind it and his expectations are killer. Absolutely Nuclear Tango.
His vision.
But if people just sit back and think, okay, we have a playable game now with lots of game loops, okay, that'll keep us busy. The man behind the scenes is at work. You have to imagine he has so much shit in his brain that he wants to put in, but he simply can't yet, either for technical reasons or for scope creep, whatever you want to call it. But that stuff will come in. They've already said they want to do like quarterly or either quarterly or every 6 months, either DLCs or more content. There is going to be so much stuff, new story arcs, all kinds of stuff that they are going to add in. This game will be far better 10 years from now when it's out. 10 years from when it's out than it is the day it launches, and that can be said about any and every MMO that's out there. So
yeah, I totally agree, and it's already better now. Like from looking at it, and it just depends on the person. Talking about expectations. See, like me, I'm very simple. It has dwarves, it has mining, it has crafting, it has bosses, cool loot, boom, done, and it has that realistic palette. That's all I need. And a lot of people think the same way. A lot of people are old school Dungeons and Dragons people. But expectations, those key, those bigger streamers that are going to review it, A2 is going to be huge.
Yeah.
So, and then they lead the sheeple, as I like to call them. So we'll see what happens.
I'd like them all to stay. I mean, but you know what? That's not feasible. There are going to be people like your Blue Squadrons and stuff like that out there.
He's just a character
that that like to shit on Ashes. There's going to be those people out there. That's fine. If they don't want to be there, if they want to stay with BDO or whatever they're playing, that's fine. No one's going to force you to stay here. Steven said many times it's not for everybody. So, I think if people just give it time, let's go back to WoW when WoW first came out. Is WoW what it is today, and not like today is any great shakes because
not even close.
They've kind of messed it up. But all games get better with time. It gives them more time to develop stuff, more time to test stuff, to balance stuff. It's going to be better. People just need to give it a chance and just relax. I think the problem is that we've been so MMO fucked over the last 20 years that we just don't know what to expect anymore. And you combine that with the age of early access that we have, it's just ruined a lot of things that a lot of people are used to. Like, let's talk about Alpha. All right, I purchased an Alpha one because I thought that it was going to be a real Alpha. This is they're calling it a real Alpha. Now I've played real Alphas, and I'm gonna disagree with because it has some bugs. It's not a real Alpha to me. I see that in live launches. A real alpha is like when I played Camelot Unchained in a real alpha. That was a real alpha. I mean, that was brutal. So, and hell, you even look at it as now almost ready to be released. What is that? Pantheon. That still looks like a damn alpha. I mean,
Did we make the joke that Alpha 1 of Ashes looks like Pantheon?
Yeah.
Maybe we did it last stream, or at least I've been talking to that about a bunch of people. I was like, wow, they're very so similar. I was like,
Alpha 1 was Pantheon, exactly, Draco.
brutal.
Alpha 1 was it is what it is. It was basically a server thing, and we knew that. He said that, so that's okay. Where I kind of had an issue, and I don't know, and I would almost love to ask this question after the game is launched, and we can be a little bit more transparent. What happened? What happened between Alpha 1 coming out and us playing it for the few weeks? And remember, we had that week that was canceled too. So what happened between that point and then after the test was done, saying stay tuned for spot testing in Discord, and then
Nothing happened.
Nothing
Yeah.
for 3 years. Somebody explain to me what happened, because I'm sorry, as an Alpha 1 holder, I am feeling a little bit shafted. So, yeah, and I think that a lot of people might be feeling that. Now, the best part is that hopefully the long wait is almost over. So it was absolutely, Draco, it was weird that they said that. So that leads me to believe that in their dev discussions after, when they were reviewing it, either something happened that they felt like it just wasn't ready. I don't know, or they're worried about the fact that they have over 10 to 16,000 Alpha 1 people, and they're worried that they wouldn't be able to keep the NDA under wraps. I don't know. Either way, I think Alpha 1 people got shafted. And I'm just going to say it. We got shafted, Steve. Now, I'm sure you have your reasons for it. Maybe you can find a way to make it up to us somehow. Get us in. Now would be good.
You're foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, I'd forgive you right now, Steven, if you just send me an email, and I'll be right there, and I'll
the pre alpha invite. Yeah, it's just like, oh, only for select people.
I promise I'll let everything go. But
Friends and family.
But I do feel a little bit butthurt, right now.
Me, not that kind of orc.
So, but,
you're not the only one.
Yeah, and I'm not the only one, but I'm sure he had his reasons. I would, after the game comes out, though, I would like to know, what was the reason for that, and maybe one day we'll find out. But yeah, something happened that changed his plan. I'm sure everybody here would probably agree with that, especially anybody who's an Alpha 1 holder. So Draco, what kind of questions would you have for Steven if you were to talk to him? Say he popped into your grocery store and said, "Hey, Draco,
Yeah.
I see that you're the most popular guild leader out there, Overlord." And you'd be like, "Whoa," and you'd say, what kind of question would you have for Steven? Maybe as far as guilds, what kind of guild question do you have for Steven? How are guild abilities gonna work? How fluid are they gonna be? There's all kinds of stuff.
The ratio to small to big. What are the abilities, the stats are going to be? How are they going to make big guilds fair or small guilds fair to big?
Dude, ratio from small to big, my mind just went right into the gutter.
Yeah.
Damn it. Anyway, Draco says, a lot of my concerns are around... Oh, let me scroll down here. I lost your question here. Oh, a lot of my concerns are around how they're going to balance death penalties and progression rating. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Progression rating, yeah.
It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be... I don't envy you, Draco, because you're in a tough position. Because you remember on that one video that I made, depending on how many people you go to create slots, you might not be able to unlock alliances, proper alliances. And that's something you're definitely going to want. Maybe the threshold for that is 100 or something like that. And then that's it. And then they cut it off. And then they just call you a Zerg guild. Some of those bigger buffs that they have... Oh, we lost you again, Perry. Some of those
Yeah, I'm here.
bigger buffs. Let me find out what's going on here. Some of those bigger buffs that they have, there we go. I think are going to be locked behind the higher progression. I really do, because they're not going to want the big guilds to have access to that. Progression rating type typically involves dying a lot, so I'm concerned how they're going to actually do the top scaled raids.
I mean, they have the tier system already. I mean, judging by like the Renkai tier sets, I mean, they're going to call it probably something else, but you're going to do like Tumok first, even though he's world boss. Let's say you're going to do the tier 1 dungeon fight first. Just start off, like, from a design perspective, that's what you want to do. You want to line up everything in order, and then you can kind of change it. Oh, make them do this attunement quest or this, that. But tier 1, get tier 1 gear to get to tier 2, you know, in dungeon and so forth, or bosses, because it's not going to be level based because of the area. There's no area level quests in Ashes. It's all based on node or your own level. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Draco says, I don't care about non-max level raids, and they don't matter in the raid. I got a question for you, Draco. All right, here's the scenario. And I posed this in my video that I posted today. What do you think? What do you do if you're running your raid? We're attacking the dragon, right? We got the dragon to 15 or no, another. We're gonna go another party. Another party is attacking the dragon. We scouted it. We're watching them kill it. They gave it down to 15%. Do we go corrupt, killing them to steal the dragon? What would you do? Because we're not doing enough damage to it to get any rewards from it. So we're going to literally have to kill them in order to get it. Draco says, I'm talking about raid bosses. You do a succession to give you better loot. And also you get better loot from what I hear from having to fight off other enemy parties. If you're having to fight off people and the game detects that, you get better loot as well. So my scenario is, say we're doing the dragon, right? And either we are or somebody else is. Do you go corrupt trying to kill and get that dragon? And if you do go corrupt, can the other group get back in time to not only steal the dragon or kill you, because you're red now, and they're still green because they just respawned. They're red, so you can kill them without penalty. They might even drop loot now because they're red, and more loot. They get more death penalty, more dampening, all that stuff, and you might still have potentially a chance to kill the dragon. So knowing where the respawn is going to be important. Actually, I've heard the opposite. In open world raid bosses, they have anti-zerg mechanics and flip out and wipe everyone if too many people are near. What? No.
Yeah. I was thinking anti-corruption when that person, when that other guild comes back. It's like a I can't talk. Revenge mechanic. So they have like a certain timer, because they already fought the boss first. They'll already have a revenge timer to kill whoever killed them, and then finish the boss or pick up the loot and be fine. So, yeah.
I got a question for you guys. As far as grinding, what is your preferred way to level? Do you prefer quest or do you prefer grinding? Myself, I love grinding. The only quests in games that I think I've ever actually been okay with because they were quick was ArcAge. I leveled a bunch of guys in ArcAge. I actually didn't mind it. But I don't typically like quest. I don't like reading, okay? So, okay, Draco. I don't like having to read. So how about you, Perry? What do you think as far as, would you sit and grind to 50 if you could, or do PvP, or crafting, all the above, instead of just doing quests, or do you like the quest system?
It depends. I'm right there with you. I don't care as long as it gives the most XP.
See, that's
usually what you want to do is you find kill quest, kill 10 boars, so you get double. So you kill 10 boars, you get the grinding aspect, and then you go do that. Now some games questing is just flat out better, and I'm forced to do it.
Yeah.
I don't read any of the text.
Right there.
And then
forced
boom.
to do it, and that's what I don't want. I don't want to feel like I'm forced to have to go with a meta of leveling, and I don't like that. But you're right. the commission boards will be great for that. You know, commission boards, we walk up to the board, we see, okay, we got to go kill 10 Minotaurs or something like that. I don't mind those quests. They're simple.
Yeah, those
to
are
the point.
simple. Yeah, and you can get node rep and stuff like that.
And I know a lot of people were bitching about the mini marker thing on the quest on the map. Oh, look, the quest is over here. Hey, leave that shit alone. I like that shit. You know,
it makes things easy.
yeah, it
you
makes
know?
things
It's like,
easier.
oh,
I don't want to have to be going looking down.
I'm gonna fight you on that though. I want more immersion. I want more
No,
realism.
fuck immersion.
Be like, hey, you want to go find the tree
No,
with the
no, no,
crooked
no,
arm,
no.
you know, and it's got to be pointing east in
No,
this
I don't
way.
want to have to
and
go
this,
due
you know.
south, go past the road, look
Yeah,
for a
exactly,
broken
yeah.
branch, and talk to the
Yeah,
singing bush.
yeah.
No.
You go down to Jimmy, and then he says to go down 5th Street, and then you take a left. Yeah, you see
Yeah.
the El Camino, and yeah.
Put the money in the Dropbox and wait 4
Yeah,
hours.
exactly,
No,
yeah.
I don't want to have to do that. So, yeah, I really want.
There's gonna be markers for sure.
Yeah, and there needs to be.
Vegas odds, you know, there's gonna be markers.
Yeah, I like that, but I hope that the questing and grinding, if I choose to grind, and you know, I understand that PvP is not. I think they might give a little bit of experience, but it's probably not going to be anything great.
Yeah, I doubt you can level through PvP because they're not going to have arenas, or they're not arenas, but battlegrounds. They're not going to have battlegrounds that I know of.
Not early on, at least.
Yeah.
So I can understand, but I don't. If questing, when we're doing our runs during Alpha 2, if questing is far superior to grinding, then of course everyone's going to quest. So that's what I don't like. I want to have the option. There might be some mornings where I don't have the time to go ahead and do a quest fully. So instead of, you know, I do have time to knock out 15, 20 mobs. Let me do that and gain some experience.
See, those quests though, especially those chain quests, will give you all the fat loots.
Yeah.
So you gotta think about that,
and
that's gonna be big.
That brings us back to the loot question that we had on the last stream. That I believe that there should be a small chance of loot, but yes, you're not gonna of good loot dropping from the monsters like rare, orange, legendary stuff.
Because all the commission boards they're tiered. So say blue, green, this, that, and I imagine it's gonna have coinciding loot drops.
How much experience do you think we're gonna get for caravan running? Because we're spending about a half
Not a
hour
lot.
of our time. It better
Not
be.
a lot.
It better
No.
be something. Look, we're spending how much experience could we get running quests in a half hour? Probably a good amount.
More than caravanning, that's for sure.
I really think that Caravan needs to give a good amount of quests. Otherwise, why the hell do them? Because when you do those commission boards and this quest and kill the mobs, what are we getting? We're getting glint. All kinds
You
of
want to
glint.
RP a Greyhound bus
Hey,
driver? And
here
then,
we go.
yeah,
You know,
the medieval
I can
era.
do that.
Yeah,
I'm a bus driver. I can do that.
yeah. There you go. That's what you want.
Yeah,
no,
wheels on a bus
I don't
go
think it's going to
round
be
and round.
terrible, but enough to where the trade system cannot be abused. So where people will only do trade system and not do kill quests. They want to keep people on the storyline. They want to keep people out in the wilderness. So
Yeah, I mean, I want both, but I mean, I want to have my cake and eat it too, but I also want to have a break from when I'm collecting all this glint. I want to be able to do something with it. You know what I mean? I want to, because, you know, we're going to need to make money so we can buy our freeholds. So it's important that we're not just, especially if we get defeated. You know, it's bad enough that we got kicked into noogies and we lost all our shit. But then you're going to tell me I didn't get any experience or anything from... okay, so
did it show experience from that caravan up?
I don't think that they did.
We might need to go back and look at that and see if there was a bar down below. I don't think so because he was max level. I think he was doing the console commands.
Like, level 15 or something like that. But I'm thinking, okay, that makes sense. If you don't deliver your goods, you don't get shit. Okay, you lose your shit, and you lose your. You wasted your time, your 30 minutes or hour, however long you spent. But if you complete it, you should get something. Listen to me, Steven. You should get something.
You will. I think you will, but it just won't be more than quests, average quests.
Well, no, and that's fine. I just want something for my time.
Yeah. And then like last week we were talking about, or last stream we were talking about the bounty hunting system and like doing a guards, like somehow like clicking, guard this caravan, you get +2 every like 10 yards or something XP. You know, it's like a scaling. Like the more you
Mhm.
spend with the caravan, you get more, and then you get a bonus at the end. You get the same thing. So it's definitely a thought. Yeah.
What kind of guild abilities do you
Ooh.
think if we're gonna break down the guild abilities, what kind of guild abilities do you think smaller guilds should have access to? I'm thinking guild like 50, size of 50. Now it's
Yeah, that's a
tough
good.
because you're not gonna have 50 people. You might have a guild of 50 people, right? And you didn't go over, right, to research more cap. You got all buffs. But let's be honest, are all 50 of those people maybe at the start will be on, but after that, all 50 of them are not going to be on at the same time. So we
Guild
have to keep that
ability.
in mind. So what kind of guild abilities to help manage fighting large zergs? Say, a group of 50 versus a group of 100, that's not going to work out well, regardless of what kind of buffs they have, because there's just too many people.
I don't think it's going to be combat wise.
I think there is going to be some combat-wise. There has to be.
I think it's going to be
how are you going to balance it out?
not open world combat. I think it's
Yeah,
going to
open
be
world
like
combat.
siege, like more like event based.
Mm.
Because if they just did it, just
No, there's got to be some open world combat. It's got to be.
it's going to be like bosses. It's not going to be player to player. It's going to be like damage
Have they
to
said
bosses.
that? Am I missing
No,
something?
but it just doesn't make sense. Like, why would they have just a flat buff just to have because it be in a smaller guild? Because then everyone will just the bigger guilds, just for that buff, will break up into multiple.
They're gonna
just
do that
50s.
anyway.
50, 50, 50, 50.
Yeah,
You know, out
they're-
of 300.
They're going to do that
you know?
anyway to get the buffs. I bet you there will be some buffs that give you a little. Otherwise, how are you going to combat facing if you don't give them a buff against other players? How are you going to balance going against that many more people?
You're not.
Where's the
It's a
advantage?
Zerg.
Yeah, where's the
It's
advantage?
a Zerg. It's the same. I mean, battles in history, the numbers usually
Hey, Andrew.
win 90% of the time. So
Andrew Breckus, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. You remember A1 Perks giving? Let me see. It must be on the YouTube stream there. Yeah, there you go. You remember A1 Perks giving you buffs and crowd control? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. So, thank you for the comment, by the way. And I really do think that they're going to have something in because they absolutely need something in order to help manage that. Now, Perry is against this. I can tell.
not against it. I don't see how they can balance it properly.
Well, the game's not going to be balanced, right?
Well, I guess it's in a utopia, it's everything can be balanced, but we can never achieve.
I mean, one-on-ones
nirvana.
and even
And-
group fights are not going to be balanced.
Yeah,
This is
clerics
for
are
mass
going to be able to
PvP.
one-shot everybody and
Oh,
run
yeah.
around. Yeah, so
Oh God, I'm having a stroke already with
boom,
clerics.
holy fire.
I'm telling you now, if clerics are OP, I'm gonna be the first one making a video. The first one. No.
No, I want them to be balanced, of course. I can't read the YouTube chat is it supposed to be in the little box in the top left?
No, it's on my multi-stream. It's only.
I thought you had it last stream. You had the multi-stream chat.
I did maybe because I had it. Maybe I was showing my screen.
Okay.
But
no, I want it to be. I was thinking more like banking and stuff like that. So guilds could have like better banking system or like a mobile bank or something that can follow you around. Just like little things like that, more so.
Andrew, you were in Alpha 1, it sounds like. So what are your thoughts on when we do get into spot testing? How many spot tests do you think that we need to have in order to get them ready for Alpha 2? I would like to think at least 4. Because, not everyone's going to be able to make it in there. I mean, I'm sure these are probably going to be maybe odd times or something like that. I mean, I can't even catch most of their live streams because they have them right when I go back to work at 1 o'clock. So I usually miss those and have to watch them later. If they have spot testing right in the middle of the day, I'm not going to be able to make those either. So it really depends on when they make them. But I'd like to hear your thoughts on how many spot tests do you think that they're going to have us do before they feel Alpha 2 is ready to roll?
More the merrier.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
get us
optimal.
in, Steven, please. Show us some love.
And pass one my way too if you're if you're watching.
to the content creator extraordinaire.
Yeah,
Paranaught,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What other guild abilities would you like to see? I mean, I think that's a really good one with crowd control and HP. I think those are would be two definite things that would certainly help out. Maybe more mana regen or something like that, because I don't know. But they're definitely going to need something to help counterbalance that. Andrew says, not much like 3 or 4 for sieges and stress tests, yet they'll just announce spot tests out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm sure you're right. Oh, there he goes. He's on. Can you see that one? Is that on Twitch now? Or is that on YouTube as well?
I don't know.
Nope,
I'm always
nope.
delayed.
No, that's on YouTube. But again, thank you for showing up, Andrew. I really appreciate it. It's nice to have it. This is a new time slot that we're coming in. We're going to be streaming on Wednesday nights as well. Now we're trying to increase our stream time. I don't know if you already have Alpha 1, but if you know anybody who's looking for a beta key, we are giving away 5 beta keys, closed beta keys, when the beta comes out. For if you know anybody who's looking for one, all they got to do is watch and earn channel points, and they will be able to buy them with the channel points. So in lieu of that, we're increasing our streams, and so people can have more of an opportunity to gain those said channel points. But again, welcome. If you have anything you want to talk about, go ahead and throw it out there. One of the other things we were talking about earlier, Andrew, and I don't know if you were here for that, we were discussing what kind of questions would we ask if Steven were to pop in our stream. And if you didn't know, we do have an AMA coming up with some really good content creators later this week on May 10th, which should be a lot of fun. Again, if you guys haven't checked out Jamie Chaos and Andy Lace, go do that at Tangents. And also Vladis Gaming, Nice Gaming, and Sunny from Loreforge. They are all very good content creators and very nice people other than that. What do you think about all those guys stream? Do you watch them at all, Paranet?
Oh yeah, I keep up pretty much with all of them. All of you, including you, have been an inspiration to get my feet wet in this endeavor. So, yeah, definitely they all have their own personalities and own takes on things. Some are a little bit more jagged, and rigid, like I am, than others. So, but yeah, I definitely like it, and they're only getting better too. All the questions, they're tightening the screw, so to speak, on little things and stuff like that. So before long, there's going to be some official content creator programs and even the junior program. So yeah, definitely excited to see who's going to be running that.
Outstanding. Andrew says actually he has to go back to work, but he'll be watching a lot more of your stream in the future. Have a good night. Nice. Well, thank you very much, Andrew. And if you're watching me on YouTube, you're most likely already a subscriber. And
don't work too hard.
I'm sure you saw that video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions for future content, please let me know. I appreciate everybody helping out with the YouTube. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. So what other things can we talk about? We've talked about character creation. We've talked about guilds reserving on the server. Okay, here's one. One just popped in my head.
Oh, we got an ad.
We got an ad? Here, let me see if I can cancel that. Because I want people to... Let's see, did it cancel that?
30 seconds, not for me. Of course, mine's always delayed, like super delayed, so...
I shut it off. But anyway, I asked this question for anybody who comes in. Name reservation. If you have name reservation, which I do, and I'm sure quite a few people do you think if your server merges, should you get your name if you paid for name reservation? Or what happens? I mean, do they say, all right,
locks you in.
Other dude, you have it from the other server, but the server where the guy paid for it is now moving to the
it's like buying domain names,
to the strong name.
So, yeah, I choose Asmongold, and I buy all of them on all the servers, and then he has to pay.
I'm pretty sure that I think that they did that in Alpha 1, where somebody was taking content creators' names, and they said, look, you can't do that.
It's definitely a thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Intrepid is on top of that. They're not gonna. If you're a content creator for Ashes of Creation, they're not gonna let some dude just steal your name.
No one's gonna take LP on you.
Yeah, I think I'm safe. And that's why I made the name, I mean, no one... Yeah.
Or Paranaut, for that matter,
yeah,
actually. So.
I mean, I wanted something unique and original, and I have it. Everybody, you can just call me Peon. If it makes you uncomfortable saying it, you don't have to say it. So, It's all a joke. It's all in fun. It's a little bit of RP in my life. So,
But you should get the slot once again. That's going to help the servers. Get the people in there. Now it's going to be unfair to the late bloomers or the late comers that that want to get in with their friends and stuff like that, and the server's already filled. That's the only downside to the whole prerequisite or pre-signing up. So.
Yep. Trying to think what else. So what are the?
I mean, we could talk about the racials if you want.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we didn't even do the main topic. I mean,
you have all of that stuff on the racials. So let's go ahead and how about you start taking it away, and then I'll just add my 2 cents in.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, just the Ashes of Creation racials. Just going down through what the wiki said, and then we'll talk about it. So what the wiki says, just first. Character benefits in Ashes of Creation are tied to the character's background rather than the race. Okay, so the first thing I thought of that is Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, there's many other games that make you choose like a background story, some kind of lore that actually affect your stats. So Baldur's Gate 3, you choose Soldier, you get plus damage. Noble, you get plus trade. Artisan, you get negative vendor prices or better vendor prices on your stuff. Sage, you get magic spells and potions and things like that. What do you think about that, Peon?
Do you think that there's going to be some that give you maybe more instead of those? Do you think there's going to be some that give you a proficiency bonus to, say, being in the Scholars Academy or into the Thieves Guild? Or something
I think
like that.
there's gonna be these are like the main good ones. There should be like Deviant, there should be like Pirate, there should be this that I
want Pirate.
Really
I want Pirate. Pirate.
They hopefully they really flesh these out, because if they're not doing what we're going to discuss in the next paragraph or two, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. You flesh this out, have a good story background, and have it by race. Dwarf soldier, elf soldier, Vex soldier, and so forth.
I'm just okay with Rinkai hunting. That right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Rinkai hunting. That's and Nakua fishing. That means those two, and Dunir mining. That totally makes sense.
Yeah. Exactly. That's
Pyre herbalism. That makes sense. And Tolnar, we said animal husbandry, right?
Mm-hmm. Tolnar is animal, and that is so funny
because they're inbreeders.
Inbreeders. They're animals, and they do what animals do.
I mean, that's why they have the name.
I'm
Tonar.
sorry, Annie. I'm sorry, Annie.
That's why
and
they're
Jamie
called
for
Tonar.
that. Tonar. Jamie wanted to be a Tolnar as well, but he's like, oh, now he's going back to Renkai because he saw this stuff.
Jamie doesn't know what the hell he wants to. I'm calling you out, Jamie. You're full of shit, man. You talk all that crap about Renkai, say you want to be a Renkai, then you go, I want to be a Tolnar. You don't know what the hell you want to be. I love you, man.
He's always been Renkai or always been that, and then all of a sudden he's been saying Tolnar. No way.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
no way. Especially from that new armor thing that came out, the armor sets, the tier sets are beautiful.
Yeah, I'm calling shenanigans on Jamie. He's a Renkai, and there's just all there is to it. Because I'm a Renkai, and he needs to be a Renkai with me. And that's all I have to say about that. What class are you going to play?
All right, next. Oh, I'm sorry?
What class are you going to play?
Dwarf Rogue.
Dwarf Rogue. Okay, I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Back to the...
No, you're good. I'll keep adding my 2 cents to that. But I'm just gonna keep going down the wiki, and then we'll just respond to what we think, what we're used to. So let's see. This is what Intrepid said. We want players to have the freedom to choose the race they want to play because they are excited about it, and avoid situations where players feel forced to play a specific race because of gameplay benefits. Now, I was saying adding. Now we get into the things like, the racial benefits. Dwarf, like we were talking about before, dwarf mining, this, pyre, what's it called, alchemy or herbalism, and so forth. Very Dungeons and Dragons based, very, just old school kind of base, Pathfinder based, I think.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, just make it a small percentage, 3 to 5%. So adding 3 to 5% of a certain artisanship is not going to make players feel forced to play a certain race. It's not.
But I bet it will.
Shouldn't. But it's not. It's not going to be that much if they do it right. Like if it's a huge 3 to 5% is a lot in the progression of their profession, that makes sense. But so they can tweak it, maybe 1 or 2%. But adding this or not having this, it takes away the need. It takes away character immersion from your race, socially in your party, and everything around you. It takes away realism because think about it, we're not, as humans, we're not good at everything. You know, some people are carpenters. Some
I
people
don't know
are
what
this,
you're
some people
talking
that.
about, but I am.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, go ahead and admit your weaknesses on the stream, but I.
Yeah. Once again, I'm a fanboy for realism. I like the harder games, especially the survival games and stuff like that, and the MMOs. I want to have class and race identity. I want when you walk through the doors, they know what you are. You're a dwarf rogue. You are a paladin, dwarf paladin. You know you are a holy guardian. Now a lot of people are like, hey, you know, I want to do everything. You know, that's just not my 2 cents on it. So what do you think?
I was just looking at, and this is kind of sidetracked from this, but I'm just looking at the Valoon and the trade. Now, the only kind of quote auction house that they're going to have is at a metropolis of an economic center, so of an economic node. Mm-hmm. So, do you think there's going to be taxes in like a fee that is put up on there? So maybe they could give some kind of a reduced fee or something that. So,
yeah, of course there's going to be a fee on auction houses.
There's going to be something, or maybe some kind of a bonus
that's
to like
mandatory.
A bonus to like a player stall or something like that.
Or just negative for a player stall that all Valoon get.
Now here's something that I want, and this is going way off. But if I want to have a player stall, right? But I also want to I want to be able to refuse service to somebody. Because maybe they've wronged me.
This is capitalism, so go fuck them.
But see, they won't let us. I don't think that. I'm pretty sure he said that we have to. You know, we can't kick somebody out of our tavern.
Oh, really? Yeah. It's going to be based on.
Yeah,
okay.
and I think if there should be a way to say, you know,
a character list.
We're closed.
Just like a what's it called, a banned list for chatting or ignore list.
Yeah.
Just do like the character.
If
you
they're
do
blocked,
like a server
then,
character.
sorry.
Yeah, blocked exactly on like from the market.
All of a sudden, the list of goods, you're like, oh, here's this freaking.
Why not have that because of? Why not have that because of gold sellers and other stuff like that, like bots going around? So
man.
if they don't have that function, that's a really good question and answer. Steven, definitely have a blocked thing for markets and the economy.
You just brought something up there when you mentioned bots, and that's like been the bane of my existence since playing MMOs over the last bunch of years, that it's turned into such a money-making thing. I really think that, one, the fact that they have GMs is going to be huge.
Mm-hmm. All companies have them. You're talking about guild?
No, like the people who are the game masters.
Yeah, the game masters that walk around.
Not all of them have them. You know,
they don't do them well. You know, most games they don't. You know, they hardly don't do it. You don't see it unless there's something game breaking. You know, like.
There's going to be active game masters. That's going to be their job. Lots of.
We'll see. Oh,
you don't think so? Are you calling Steven out, Perry?
Yes, I am, because history repeats itself.
Let me hear
History repeats itself.
Before,
what game have you said where the?
I am Steven. I'm on your side. We are going to have good game masters. Now, Perry, take it away and tell me why you think that game masters will not be good in Ashes of Creation.
I'm just saying history will repeat itself because every game I've played had awful game masters.
But this is not every game.
That is true. And I also said that this game is a scam last week too. So I am not building a good case. I am not building a good case. I am just a realist, and whatever happened.
How do I disconnect this guy?
Yeah, boom. Eject button. Just boom.
Steven, I got your back. I'm getting rid of this guy post haste.
No, I'm praying. No, we're all wishing this game to be a success. It's looking very good so far, and all we can do is support it. So,
would you play this game if it didn't have nodes in it?
Oh, you brought my own question. Oh, you stabbed me. Oh, you just gutted me right there. That is dirty. That's sly.
I pee on
Um,
you.
Now, most people when they are, let's say a year ago, I don't think most people would even look at this game, because the node system is so important. It's so revolutionary. Um, I mean, I know that I wouldn't pay as much attention to this game for sure. Yeah, the node system really locked it down. I do like the palette. I do like dwarves. I do like the mining. Any game that has that, I'll play it for the most part. But the node system really locked down Ash's creation. So boom.
I would agree. I was super immersed in the fact that Steven was a gamer. So the fact that you have a gamer making a game for us is what got me super excited.
Boom.
To hear his passion when he speaks about the project, that's something I want to be a part of. And that's a big reason why I'm out here pushing for him and for this game to get the word out, to let people know that this game is going to be for real. And they need to really open their eyes. Now, the node systems, absolutely, they take it to another level.
Yeah, exactly. They're cherry on top. It's just
they're
like, boom.
cherry on top. They're innovating. And this happens in life. This happens in games, in everything. Eventually, things you will go full circle, and also somebody steps outside of the box, and that's kind of like me. I'm an outside of the box kind of thinker. All right, somebody made a new meta. Steven is making a new meta, and it's happening before our eyes right now. Mark my words. 5 years from now, there's going to be other game companies, and heck, they're already starting to try right now to be like Steven, to do transparent development, to do systems like the nodes, because that's what gaming companies do. They steal shit from other companies. Steven is
building
taking
on
stuff
each other. It's
from
not stealing,
other
it's
games,
building.
but all games do that. But what he's doing is he's taking it and he's making it better. He's improving the flaws, like the corruption system in Lineage. Shameless plug, and you can learn all about that in my new video. Okay, but anyway, he's taking the flaws from those past systems. Same with Arcade and their trade pack systems, now with caravans and stuff like that. He's making them better because he's seen, as being a gamer, he's seen the flaws that those games have had. So that's what really sells and sold me on Ashes of Creation, and I can't wait. And again, just like I said earlier in our stream, do not expect, certainly not an Alpha 2, but when the game is released, I don't want people who are playing this game to think about this being this is the end all be all. It's still going to be a work in progress. This game, 10 years from now, we will look back and I still say this will be the most popular MMO being played to date. When 10 years from now, we're going to clip it and we're going to
clip it.
clip it and we're going to play it back. Mark my words, it's going to happen. And I'll be 62 by then, but I'll still be playing it with my diaper. I won't need my poop sock anymore.
We can only hope.
All right.
Not the diaper part, but yeah.
No, yeah. Let's hope not the diaper. But no, Steven is innovating, and he's doing the things that other game companies were unwilling to do because they just wanted to monetize the hell out of the gamer and screw us over and bend us over.
Me not that kind of
all
orc.
the time. So, what else really, other than the node system, what else drew you to Ashes? Was it the characters, or like the style of the character, like the races?
Once again, like all MMOs need one thing for me, or not one thing, but they need rogues. That have some kind of stealth mechanic, which is a huge bonus.
Yeah.
Mining, which is in most MMOs. It just is. It's so needed to make anything. Crafting, and then dwarves. Boom. Those
You were good.
Really, I'm good. Like, I'm simple. We were talking about like expectations and stuff like that. I like people, if they released it right now and charged $30, they would get it. They would get it from the majority of people out there.
Yeah.
Like, you put it on Steam right now, and boom. Like, even though Steam,
Steam would break. Steam would break if they did that. But
I don't know if they would break.
no,
because Steam is the best.
They would totally break.
Gabe Noel.
But I just had something that popped in my mind. Now we had talked about earlier that Bear McCreary was making the music and maybe what
Yes,
Steven's inspiration
very excited.
was. But here's something: you played New World, yes?
Me? No, I never played New World.
Oh wow!
Thankfully, I
Well,
didn't. Further, it looked like garbage.
I thought visually the game looked beautiful.
All right.
But I tell you one thing that you missed out on by not playing on New World, and anybody who's watching this or watching it later, hey, welcome back, Draco.
Oh, you missed everything, Draco.
Oh yeah, we got lots of good shit that we talked about.
Yeah, God.
Draco, you played New World, I bet. This is the one thing that New World had was they had the most amazing immersive sound when you were playing the game. When
Ooh,
you
they had
were
good sound in
chopping trees, when you were mining, the sound was absolutely fantastic. If there's one thing that Ashes can bring from New World, it's got to be the sound. Because there was no better sound that I don't think I've ever played in a game. And around 10 of us played it seriously. What did you think about the sound, Draco? Do you agree with that? That if that's one thing you could take from New World that you would absolutely like to see in Ashes? That sound was so immersive. I mean, you say you like immersion, Perry. So that
Yes, no, they're
know,
knocking it out of the park. You saw the fighter stream. Just the sound in that was really the best
was
part
really
about
good.
it.
I'm talking like
The
gathering
goblins,
sound and stuff like
yeah,
that.
but that is.
Yeah,
I mean, ooh.
yeah, I
If
like
we can get Sea
gathering.
of Thieves waves.
Oh, now
And
you're talking.
God, that's a good question about the best chopping sounds. Now I've chopped down a lot of trees in a lot of games. That is a good question.
Well, they showed a video on it. There's a video on how they did that. They actually, I think they went to like Russia or something like that, and they hired somebody to.
Why would they need to go to Russia? Just go get a freaking axe.
I don't know. It would probably
What?
maybe it was cheaper.
I'm
I don't
an
know.
amateur logger, so
You
I
know.
understand.
Yeah, they went out there and they were making all the tree chopping sounds, and it was great the way they put it together. No, the mining sounds you boom.
Tink.
Joink, you could hear it echoing.
Tink.
It was
Yeah.
awesome. Maybe different trees make different sounds. Yeah, and I
They
imagine
do.
they would.
They
So, so yes, Steven, that's one thing that I would really like to see in Ashes. Please, 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 get that sound from New World into Ashes and make it a part of the game. Also, like Perry said, if I could have one thing on the sea, make it like Sea of Thieves as far as the water physics.
The sound though too of the waves
sound was good too.
was very good.
Wow. I cannot wait. You know what? And we talk about, hey, RS London, welcome back, my friend. It's going well. How are you doing? I'm glad you're coming in and checking us out. This is going to be another night we're going to be streaming every Wednesday now at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. So I'm glad you're able to catch us and join us. So we're gearing up the stream so people can start earning more channel points.
Starting to be more professional.
Yeah, well, with Alpha
Looking
2,
great.
with Alpha 2 gearing up soon, it's time for us to gear up. So we need to start getting out there more. There's going to be more hype, and we need to start building our viewership and getting people in here. And so we can talk Ashes, because I want to talk Ashes, and I'm sure if they're in here, everybody in here wants to talk Ashes. So, and the people that are watching the video later. But
I have a question.
yes.
The sound. Going back to the sound thing.
Okay, cool.
So how loud do you think hitting that mine or hitting that tree, should another player hear it?
Yes.
How loud? Should it be
Loud.
realistic? I mean,
It
you
should
can
be-
hear in
you
real
should-
life, you can
yeah.
hear a person chopping down a tree from a good ways.
I want to
So-
hear them. Yeah, I want to hear them so I can take it.
And then, but I mean, imagine a bunch of people, like a whole logging camp, or there's like, the beginning quest, you're trying to get your tools and upgrade and stuff like that. And you can see all these people chopping down trees, and just the sound of all those people chopping down trees has to be amazing. It just has to be. Wow.
Draco says, I'm not sure. I really think that's one of those things that could be super annoying after a while. Yeah, it could be. I mean, you could hear the sounds from people chopping in New World pretty good, and when they were mining, you knew somebody was mining. Yeah, definitely turn some options on. That would make sense.
Initial immersion, yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I'm not, sound is something I get kind of immersed in, but overall, I really don't care if something breaks my look. We have freaking magic, okay? It's how immersed can you get when you have magic? So Blundin says New World Harvesting sounds actually very good. Darkfall, I never played Darkfall, but I would 100% agree with you on New World Blundin, 100%. And like we were saying earlier, there's not many things that I'd like to see them import from New World, but their sound mechanics would definitely be one of them. Also, would you guys like, I think we might have touched on this a little bit in last stream, but I'll touch on it again here. Would you guys like to see a battlegrounds for castles? It would be instanced, so people could run in there and sign up for castle fights at, say, let's level 25, right? And it'd be like a full-on castle of what a castle normally would be, so people could understand the mechanics of how castle fighting worked. There with the defenders and the offense. I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe they can earn a little bit of experience while doing it.
Yeah, attackers and defenders, yeah, for sure.
Draco says, to me, the biggest argument for hearing everyone else gathering would be immersion factor, but from a gameplay perspective, it could get old. So I think the option on-off, yeah, totally, with the default being on. What do you think, Draco or Perry, what do you think about having a mechanic like that with a battlegrounds? And maybe down the road. Not right away, but down the road.
One, I'm pretty sure there probably is going to be a storyline or a story chain involving that, so you're going to have to do that. But I love anything battlegrounds-ish. But yeah, so you pick attacker and defender, and it gets you prepped for the bigger battles to come.
Mm-hmm.
So it just gets people, even if they're not dealing with, they don't want to do battlegrounds, the storyline one would at least get their feet wet. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, Blundin says that the A1 was sort of that castle fight. See, yeah, absolutely. Now, those were so much fun. Those were a lot of fun. And Draco says that they already said they're not going to have them at Battlegrounds on launch. Yeah, and I totally wouldn't want to do them because that'd be some scope creep right there. But definitely down the road, I could see them adding something in like that. And I'm just going to say it again, and I think I might say this on every stream because I really, really want Steven to put this in down the road, is I want some kind of realm ranks. I want some kind of progression to go after, like Dark Age of Camelot had, so where either, and it could be for multiple things. You know, this is a PvX game. Dark Age of Camelot was a PvP game, but they could certainly do it to where, you know, when you killed somebody in Dark Age of Camelot, you would get renown points or realm points, and they could do something when you craft it. You get some kind of crafting points or something.
BDO
like that.
has the fishing. Like I was number 1 to 3. I just stayed out. But the whole point was you go fishing and then you put it on your caravan and you go to towns to sell. The more fish you sell, and the better quality, the higher your rank.
Yeah.
And it resets every, like, I think 3 days or something like that. But you could be the realm, the server, and you have like a little fish icon, gold, silver, and bronze above your head. And so everyone can see it no matter where. They have a server list, and above your head walking around. It was so cool.
That's for caravan systems, though, Draco. I'm thinking like in I don't know if you played Dark Age of Camelot. In Dark Age of Camelot, it basically worked like realm ranks. These are not something that were easily acquired. Before I get into the realm ranks, I am of the personal belief your character should get better the more time you put into it. If you're putting years into a character, if some newbie walks in, you should be able to, you know, shoot a fart and knock them over. I mean, it shouldn't even be close. I think the way realm ranks worked in DAOC was you would have to put it, when you reached max level of 50, that meant nothing. Nothing. I remember when I was level 50 and me and a few other buddies all hit 50 together and we're like, oh yeah, we're going to go out and we're going to kick some butt. We went out there into the open world, into the where you could fight other people and other factions. There was one stealther that tore us a new asshole. One stealther who was realm rank 5 who beat all 3 of us like a drum. Did we get mad? No. We said, well, boys, we got some work to do. And that's what we did. We went at it and we got better. We got better gear, the best gear you could get, which was pretty standard in DAOC. But it was realm points that made the difference, because with realm points, they not only unlocked abilities that you could use if you choose to pick those abilities. One's like Purge, okay? So it was an extra get out of jail free card that you would have. If somebody gave you some CC, you'd be able to use your Purge. It was on a 10-minute cooldown, but so you had to use them wisely. Also, it would give you, if you chose to, some stat bonuses. It'd give you like +3 to strength or +3 to dexterity. So it wasn't anything over the top, and they were far and few between, but it gave you something to strive for. It was like you have to put some cheese in front of the mouse, okay? There has to be something to work towards. And now I do believe Ashes has a lot of things like that with their different reputation systems, but down the road, a few years in, I would definitely love to see a realm rank system.
Draco said, yeah, the bounty hunting system, something like that. We were just talking about that last stream, and we've been talking about that through the...
You know what? That brings up to a point now that you said what Draco said. Thank you for reading that, by the way. What Draco said about the bounty hunting system in my video today, that's one of the concerns that I have with the corruption system. I am so in the belief that there is not going to be that much corruption going on. I don't believe that they really want it. He's giving it to people as an option, but I don't believe it's something that we're going to see a lot of because of how penalizing it is. Do you think there will be enough work for bounty hunters, assuming there's probably going to be a lot of people that go down that path, so every corrupted dude is going to have like 20 bounty hunters chasing him? And also, you have, do you think that they should add some kind of PvE quest for a bounty hunter? Some guy that runs in and robs the mayoral caravan or something like that. Some bandits. Do you think they should hunt them down? Draco says real quick, it'll depend on how people playing it and react to it, in the area react to it. Yeah. I mean, what do you think, Perry?
Yes, I 100% think that they needed both PvE and PvP. With PvP being more, what's it called? Definitely a realm rank icon or score.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe having something like, once again, like BDO, have like a little bounty hunter symbol with gold, silver, and bronze above your head, saying, "Hey, I've caught more PvP assholes that have been, or caravan killers, or something like that." Yeah, it'd be awesome to have. But just like you're saying with the PvP or PvE quest, have quests to go out and you just capture, bandits and help people like that. Getting the cats out of the tree, maybe. Do the fire kind of thing. But
yeah, it definitely.
It's a side thing though. Bounty hunting is going to be a side. I don't think.
It's going to have its own progression though, because you can be the bounty hunter chief of a node.
They're still working on it, though.
But there's going to be a chief bounty hunter that you can be. So
right.
it's got to have some kind of progression.
We were talking about last week how, like, you actually, hopefully, you can level up through that.
I don't know.
See, it's thin.
Yeah,
it's
I
too
don't
thin.
know how much we'll be able to level up. But you know what? I just realized the time that we've been streaming now for an hour and a half. So
we got more content. We didn't even go into the.
We'll get that next stream. That's okay. We got more to talk about. But Draco and Blunden, thank you for joining us. Everybody else, Andrew, who joined us tonight, thank you. Again, guys, this is going to be one of our new times. We're adding a day. I hope, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed Paranaut joining us, because it's been a lot of fun having being able to bounce ideas off of him. We're going to go ahead and raid Loreforged right now. So I appreciate you guys all stopping in, and come check us out on Saturday when we go ahead and talk more Ashes. But again, everybody, so hang on for the raid. Appreciate everyone stopping in. If you haven't checked out the new video, go check it out. It just went up earlier today. All right, guys, here we go to Loreforged. Have a great night, guys. God bless.
Winds of destiny, moving through the night. Two worlds collide, bound by fate's delight. Our cage and ashes of creation.